Now, I know from previous interviews I've read and seen, even with Premier Guitar, you've had a lot of mods and wired modifications done to your guitars. Is that still something you do, and is this what's going on here?
Not on this one. And one of my other guitars still has it. A lot of them have taken it out, and mainly because of the amount of sweat I've had a lot of issues with it.
Can you quickly explain to the audience what you did?
So what I would do is I would, instead of putting a kill switch in it, I would reverse that so it would create a ground hum instead of it being a complete kill.
Okay.
And what that would do is, like, anytime I would press that switch, it would react with that sound of the wah, because it would basically create this weird noise, and that would control it. And it was never the same. It always depended on how loud you are and how much noise is going on. But I just noticed when I was touring heavy, I would sweat into it, and it would create that connection. Sometimes it would just start doing that mid-show, and I couldn't turn it off. I was like, so yeah, I took it out of most of my main guitars. I still have it in one, and it's really only detriment. I can create those sounds other ways.
I was going to ask, is there another path to the?
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of feedback. I mean, right now there's the weirdest sounds that I'm messing with now. I've put this harmonist on an expression pedal so that I can do like the dive bombing, like that sort of stuff. So I don't have to have a Floyd and be dive bombing, you know.
Yeah.
Because this thing, I don't even mess with that. Yeah. But that, and then I've got this triple graph. In the middle of it, it's got the
new Jack White pedal.
Yeah, you can have it like a kill switch, or you can have it in a loop. And I have my Paul Gilbert airplane flanger always set to take off.
The Bozo the Clown.
Yeah. It's really cool, like.
So clearly you like interactive pedals, like stuff that you can manipulate on the fly.
Yeah, and it has to be the pedals. Like, I've really tried to dumb it down to use like a Kemper remote or a switcher, but being able to control each individual pedal is extremely important. Like this echo shifter, you have to be very careful with it because I've broken so many of those knobs.
Oh, I bet.
You know what I mean? But like this. So, having that in front of that really helps for like builds in between songs or in parts. And yeah, I mean, so those are my main ones. Basically the triple graph, the airplane flanger, the Vox Time Machine, and the Ibanez Echo Shifter.
Now the Vox Time Machine, the way you manipulated that dial, is that like a spring, or did you put something in there? The way it looks like it's kind of like almost comes back to set.
So with that one is just a stock pedal, and I've had them modded before to where I've put this knob on a fader.
Oh.
But every time I've done that, it's changed the reaction that I have of
the way you
delay.
just did it.
Yeah. So basically, all I do is as soon as you hit it, it's going to take off. So you have to like, or it'll build slow like that, but. So yeah, I mean, it's like it's a pretty cool. I get asked so much about that because it's such a unique sound, and honestly, I've never found another pedal that can do that responsive in real time.
Your like tone is like 3 O's: oscillation, octave, and out there.
Yeah, that's good.
That's like
man.
what I think of when I hear your guitar playing.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But what else is on your board? And then maybe real quickly we'll talk about these two ponies behind me.
So it's Victory Distortion, and for every single note riff that I do, I've got like a subtle sub-octave on it. for the really heavy riffs, I'll stack the tentacle, which I've done for years.
And that's another octave, right? Octave
it's
up.
Analog high octave up, yeah.
Okay.
So it creates almost like a bit crush. Like, you just have to be careful not to play too many notes and like tighten up when you do play it. But it does, make a really awesome. I mean, even by itself, sometimes like in like low life, the lead stuff will be just the tenor. But yeah, I mean, I've just been a fan of like the Band of Gypsies, Hendrix sound for, and that's basically that pedal. And then always some form of a spring-loaded Morley. I have left a wah on way too many times in my life.
You're that guy.
Yeah. Well, now it's this thing. I got to get some rubber bands on it because I start this like the set and it'll be,
It sounds like you're playing with a flat tire.
Dude, I had Eddie over here like screaming at me, like checking his tune. He's like, "Are you out of tune? What's going on?" It was just that down. So.
Yeah, you hear the cocked wah. I don't know if you've ever heard of the cocked harmonist tone. Like the Mick Ronson cocked wah sound.
Yeah.
Or anyone that uses that. But yeah, I've never heard the cocked harmonist wah.
Yeah,
maybe that could be your thing.
Oh my God.
How are you using the ricochet?
That is like basically it's like a condensed whammy for me. Just like a traditional Tom Morello-y sound. Yeah. That's a go-to. It's just a smaller footprint on an already huge board that I have.
Yeah.
And then I've got my wireless.
Okay.
The Shure DLXP, whatever that is.
I think you actually nailed it. DLXP. I think.
16 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I don't really have any issues with it. I mean, a couple times in festivals I've had dropouts, but nothing too major.
Yeah.
And it's pretty convenient to be able to have that as a tuner as well right there on the board.
I don't think you're the only one that's ever had dropouts at festivals.
Yeah,
I think the kids do that thing. Yeah. What about Old Blood?
Oh, that's so anytime I'm playing something clean, I just pull it back and just throw that on. Yeah, it's just like it's a pretty wacky reverb. It's got all kinds of crazy cool shit on it, but I just use it really simply just for that.
Yeah.
And it was a gift for Christmas from my best friend Alberto. So I haven't really had a chance to mess with it too much.
Well, that's a good friend.